What's up, YouTube? I'm here to cover my DoorDash activities for Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. No comments, no tomfoolery 4.4. Thank you very much. It was a full day today. And again, reminder tomorrow, I'm going to dash from like 6 to 8:30 in the morning, and then I got my other gig to do, and then we'll see if I have enough money at that point. If I need to dash for a second time tomorrow, we'll see. And then I talked about in yesterday's video how I didn't want to schedule too many more blocks with this new gig. I just occasionally, on maybe on a weekend or something, to stay active on the platform once or twice a month. Well, yesterday my wife and I goes out to dinner to Outback Steakhouse, and I get an offer come across when I'm pulling into the parking lot, and I take it. After saying all that, it was okay. So it was for this coming Saturday with like I think a 5:45 start time, and for like $100 and 5 hour job, but maybe I can do it in a shorter amount of time. And see, the thing is, with on the weekends with DoorDash, I don't even try to start until 7 a.m. because before that it's just dead. So here Saturday I'll get to start like at 5:45 and maybe be ready to dash like if I'm lucky, or well, let's just say 11. Um well, with DoorDash, 4 hours in, typically maybe I'd be at somewhere in that $70 to $80 range or whatever to that point. Well, here I'm going to already be over $100 at that time frame. And then I'll just need to make 100 on DoorDash. So I figured, we'll see, but I figured it was a good strategy. Anyway, now to today's dash. Logged in just after 6 o'clock. Had a couple declines to start with: Upside Down Wendy's and a little $4 McDonald's. So decline those, and a minute later, $20 order. Got to shop 4 items at Meijer and then pick up a TJ's. So let's see how long this took me. There's the list. Admire, pretty straightforward. I didn't have a substitute. Oh, I did have a substitution. I remember now, that cortisone. I was getting frustrated. There's like 8 or 10 different cortisones. Okay. And I didn't even want to try to look at this. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12 words in the description. And I just want to find an item, scan it, and go. Okay. And I got frustrated right off the bat with this cortisone. I was taking them out of the shelves, scan it, okay, that's wrong, and then I put it on the floor, and then so I know which ones I scan, and I scan like 8 different kinds of cortisone. I don't know why you need so many different SKUs for that. And I had them all sitting on the floor, and all 8 or 10 of them were all wrong. And then I went to the replacement option there. Just yeah, I don't know, just frustrating. Um, so I had everything shopped in 10 minutes. Delivered the first, and then went and picked up the TJs, and then so I got the first delivery done at 6:49, and then 7 o'clock. So this took just under an hour. So for the 2050, 8.50 from DoorDash and two $6 tips. So off to a 20 bucks in my first hour. 707, a UDF order. Haven't done one of these in a while. They she didn't even start it until I got there, but all it was 3 energy drinks, the same kind. So it just took a minute, and I had this done start to finish in 12 minutes for the $5. So 2 and 3. And then I came home, and not for very long. Well, let's see. How long was I? This was a decline, 4.50 Chick-fil-A. And then I get a $10 one. So I was only here 8 minutes, and said hi to my wife before she went to work and all that. Did not get a pay screen on this because another offer came in. So 24 minutes for the $10. Okay, and then right away I get this giant eagle, so I went ahead and took that. Um, and even on a 6 item shop, I still have to have substitutions. That's the way it's been going. Look at this. So they didn't have this artisan bread. I had to go with a substitution option, any white sandwich bread. So, boom, I got a package of Wonder. There you go. And they didn't have these space nuggets. I had to substitute with the dinosaur ones. It's like, I don't know, guys. It's like, why can't we just have chicken nuggets and that's it? Why they have to be in all these different shapes and everything and flavors? I don't know. Delivered at 8:31, half hour for the $11. That works for me. 6 and 5. I'm not, you know what, and I'll go ahead and just mention it here on the shopping and the substitutions. Because of those stolen items a few days ago from that customer, my ratings are shot for the next 40 shopping orders after that anyway. So it doesn't matter on these substitutions. So, for 40 for after that order, for the next 39 shopping orders, I could just go substitute every single item. My stats are, I can't get the pro shopper anyway, so that's why I didn't stress much about it today. I took this $17 13-mile Meyer, only 10 items, and 5 and 5. So pretty straightforward. I guess there wasn't a substitution on this. So 9-minute shop, and delivered the first one at 9:02 and then 9:19. So had this done in under an hour. $12 from DoorDash, $5 tip, and there you go right there. There's the other tip. And that was to and I'm almost sure that was the second drop off. It went to this apartment complex where I delivered to quite a few times before, and it's, except for like one time, it's always a 0 tip in that complex. About 12 minutes later, upside down Cracker Barrel decline. Here we go, $9, only 3 miles. Just 2 things to shop for. I took this, pasta and some dog treats. Easy. What was the shopping time on this? 2 minutes. And that's from taking this first screenshot outside of the store. And then 9:48, so 16 minutes for the $9. Yeah, absolutely. 3.50 and a 5.50 tip. Okay, and then about after that drop off took me about 13 minutes. I made my way home. This was like a longer break because it took, you see here, it took 18 minutes just to get any offer. And I got this horrible Jolly Pirate that I declined. And then 10:37. So I was here like 36 minutes. And if you're new to the channel, this is my home base of operations because in my zone there's 3 pickup areas. And if you take a look at the map of Grove City, Ohio, those 3 pickup areas, and you look to see what is central between those areas, it's the high school. And I'm only like a mile from the high school. So this is as good a place to any for, and I wait for a lot of my orders here. So I took this at 10:37. Or wait a minute, or did I? No, I'm sorry, I didn't take that. My bad. Wow, and I waited another 19 minutes after that. I guess I didn't take this because of how far away that, that the east of downtown customer. Well, anyway, so I guess at 10:56 is when I took an order. $9 5 mile Wendy's. Had that done in 23 minutes. 2 and 7. Okay. This just too raunchy. $12 12 miles. Wendy's Anna Meyer shop. A minute later, this is essentially 12 miles. I'm practically at the McDonald's, so it's 6 miles to the middle of nowhere, and then I got to drive the whole 6 miles back. So decline. Right away, look at this bad boy here. $9.50, 17 and a half miles, a Meijer and a PetSmart. Gosh, that's horrible. And folks, if and when I ever get to 1,000 subscribers and I do those 300 straight deliveries, accepting every offer, this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be doing right here. So watch out. 8.50 6 Mile Dollar General. I took a look at the list first before I accepted this, and so like what, about half of this order is Monsters. So I figured let's go ahead and take it. And you would think, looking at this, is this the one with the... No, this is a different order I'm thinking about. But anyway, 7 Monsters, some Velveeta toothpaste, hot dog buns, The only thing on this was they didn't have the Ultra Zero. I think they had 3 single cans is what they requested, and the substitution was a 4-pack. They didn't have any single cans, no 4-packs, nothing. So I was able to, customer requested a refund on that. And delivered 8 minutes. So it was a 7-minute shop and then delivered 8 minutes later. $5.50 and a $3 tip. 2 minutes later, $6.25 Dollar General, less than 2 miles. Let's go ahead and do it. I did like 3 Dollar General. They might have been consecutive. This one was a 12-pack of Coke, a couple things of soup, some Polygrip, these hair bands I didn't have any problems finding. This was easy, just 5-minute shop. Delivered at 12:04, 13 minutes for the $6.25. So not bad. $3.25, $3 tip. Minute later, 875, 11 Miles City Barbecue going north of downtown. I don't think so. Now I'm going to get bombarded here. It's lunchtime. 450, 7.5 mile speedway decline. $12, 12 miles steak and shake and dollar decline. This one smells too bad. 1425, 14 mile Walgreens and Donato's decline. 725, 6 miles going out of zone. CVS, did you have to shop 6 units decline. $9 Subway going to Mount Sterling decline. And I came home. I didn't pause it. But I came home, I went to the bathroom, and only like 2 minutes later, so I get this, wait a minute, where's my glasses at here? Let me put my glasses on here. 1925, 8.3, that's more than $2 a mile on a Home Depot order. Is there, let me kind of move this screenshot around. You guys don't see any is there a catch or fine print or what? So I went in and took a look at the items on this. It's just like 2 shovels. So I went ahead and took it. Unicorn Home Depot offer coming right up. This was weird. Just a 2-minute shop. Little bit tricky finding this aisle. It had an aisle number. Like what is it listed on? I don't think it's listed on here. The aisle number. I'll just make up a number. Oh, here it is. Okay, so aisle 48. I walk in the store, turn to my left. I only see up to aisle 47. I'm like, WTF? Where's aisle 48 here? It was the back wall. So it just took me a minute to find it. Stayed calm and found these shovels. Okay, delivered at 12:46. Unbelievable. $34. Or I'm sorry, 34 minutes. 34 minutes made $19.25. And like I said, over $2 a mile on a Home Depot order. Wow. That's crazy. Minute later, 11:25, 7.5 miles. I didn't like where this was going, out of zone, practically to the hilltop, but I don't know. I went ahead and took it. This is the order I was thinking about, where you would have thought that this would have been the tricky thing right here, is these Halloween decorations. Those 2 things were actually the easiest things to find. The Little Debbie's, it was funny. I originally, there's usually 2 places in the store where they have the Little Debbie's. It's along the wall with the bread, and then there's this display they used to always have by the cash registers. Couldn't find it in either place. Issued the refund. And then while I was shopping for other stuff, I found that now there's like a 3rd place to now start checking. They have a whole bunch of Little Debbie's in one of the actual food aisles. Did not know that until today. So 6-minute shop. There's the Little Debbie's. Found that. The substitution that I did, so I didn't refund the Little Debbie's, but did refund something else, these sweet tarts. There was no substitution listed. Customer just requested a refund. Delivered at 1:16. So might as well say a half hour, 11:25. So not bad considering the little roadblocks I had in the store. $7.25, $4 tip. 5 minutes later, $5 4 mile sheets. Why not? It's me closer to goal. I'll just stay in that, west zone area. 13 minutes made the $5, 2 and 3. Uh, Not doing Home Depot again, and this is again two. Well, the last one was just one thing to shop for. This is two things to shop for, but 24 units. Okay, and not as good on the dollar to mile ratios. I took a look at the items here. You got some kind of like you got 6 of these 8 foot long strip boards, which I might have to, I'd probably have to lower my back seats in order to get those into the car. And then these concrete stepstones, you got to get 18 of those. I don't know how heavy those things are, or what, we might be talking about a whole ton of weight here. For all I know, I don't know. I'm not a home improvement guy, so I have no idea. Decline, not chancing it. It just didn't pay enough. Upside down PetSmart. Um, so decline that. And then a minute later, I get this one. I think this is the one that I took. 1250, 11 miles. It's going to put me, close to goal here. And I could stop after this order if I wanted to. So I went ahead and took this. Was kind of surprised how small an order this customer A just a pair of scissors. And then the other customer just 5 the little tiny things of wet dog food. Easy. Well, it wasn't too awfully easy. The scissors, I went to that aisle and somebody had a different pair of scissors like out of place and blocking those. And I was about to mark it unavailable, but I was like, oh, wait a minute, I think this, and then I started looking back behind the ones in the front, and I discovered that something was out of place and found it. So I had this shopped in 5 minutes. First drop off at 2:13 and second one at 2:17. So that's 19, 20, 36 minutes for the 1250. Not too great on that, but I wasn't in a hurry to finish today. 1250 from let's see, 950 from DoorDash, $3 tip, and there you go right there. There's the other tip. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, now so that was a 217. Not doing this. Shopping 16 things. 27 units and going down south. A couple minutes later, $6 5 mile pizza. I just didn't want to mess with Pizza Hut. 90% of the time I have to wait when I get there, and I just didn't want to mess with it. Not for $6. And that took me to 51% acceptance rate. That's what I finished with on acceptance. Here we go. $5 3 mile Burger King. Thank you very much. And delivered that, or had this done start to finish in 13 minutes, 2 and 3. Done. 149.25 is close enough to goal. So it was 17 deliveries for 149.25. Drove 122 miles today, so did good on goal. What do they list here? So they list the total. I don't know why they can't put the active time on here as well. So 8:30 total, and just over 6 hours. 6 hours 6 minutes active. So yeah, 2.5 hours downtime today. But that's okay. You know, like I said, I wasn't in a hurry to finish today. Now at 4,957 deliveries, DoorDash with their inflated count has me at 4,979. But I go by my count. So in 43 deliveries from now, whatever that number 5,000 is, I'll take a selfie of myself with that order and of course celebrate that 5,000 delivery in a video. um, I don't know why I didn't take a picture of the car tire that my 1,000 delivery. I just didn't. I just didn't think to do it. 2,000. I was that just just some run of the mill Wendy's order. I took the selfie with that. I didn't do a picture for 3 or 4,000. I'm doing 5. I probably won't do anything for 6, 7, 8, or 9,000, and then 10,000. I'll do a picture. And then on the okay, so the shopping. So I still have shopping orders with substitutions or whatever from in my last 40 going back to September 3rd. So September 3rd there's some stuff from the 3rd through the 15th, and those all need to fall off before we get to the 16th is the date where I had the customer that stole. So still got I don't know if I just had to guess another 20 or so shopping orders to go to get that to roll off. But anyway, that's all I have for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we will catch you at the next video. Thanks again.